Hello, welcome back to another YouTube video. And today I'm gonna teach you guys how to wheelie. I'm gonna teach you how to wheelie, teach you how to wheelie at 250, because I really don't know how to wheelie trail bikes, but I do know how to wheelie at 250. And I'm gonna teach you guys basics and what you should do and how to get started in wheelies on a 250. This is a 250 KX 250X, so I'm pretty sure it's like a race bike, but it's just got different suspension and had a kickstand that fell off. Anyway, so I'm gonna teach you guys how to wheelie a 250. All right, let's get into it. All right, so I'm gonna teach you guys how to do some wheelies, like I was just saying. Anyway, so one thing that some people do, some people don't do, is power wheelies. Power wheelies is where you don't use your clutch to get the front wheel up. You just crank it wide open all the way, and you just give it a crap ton of gas for it to come up. That's a power wheelie. You don't want to do those because those will get you hurt, and they're kind of scary because you're going up, and all of a sudden where it gets to a point where you're a balance point, and if your hand is still all the way open, then you're going back. They're weird to do, but trust me, don't learn to do them. It's hard to get out of, because that's how I basically learned to wheelie, is just giving it a bunch of throttle. I didn't even use the clutch. Alright, and yeah, that's how I learned. Well, I started doing that. It's no good. So what you want to do, a normal wheelie, instead of getting a bunch of throttle, like I was saying, power wheelies, don't do this. Put your bike, which is in neutral, but if you're just steadily going, well, I don't really have a good run up or nothing like that. If you're just steadily going, second gear, try to stay like in the middle of it, and then just get used to popping that clutch. I'll show you what I mean. Well, don't mind that. Don't know why I was doing that, but it's better to do a wheelie while you're rolling. If you're going from a dead stop, then you're just, I don't want to say clear. You just need to learn how to do it without stop. Dead stop, from dead stop you can't do it in second gear. It's better to do it in second gear because you got power on any race bike. So really you want to get going, pull that clutch in, we'll see where you're barely going, get to where, see if you watch how I pop that clutch, I'm giving it gas, watch this, when I give it gas, I'm dropping that clutch, to where it wounds up enough, well, I guess, wounds up enough energy to pull that front tire up. It might be scary first. It was scary to me. It's scary because that clutch, when you pop the clutch, it comes up pretty good. It comes up pretty fast. Unlike a power wheelie, it comes up slow, but when you get to a certain point, it just wants to come up fast. And then you just ride around. Let's get used to popping that clutch. Get used to it. And then, once you get used to it, and then that's when you want to start trying to find a balance point. And when I mean by balance point, I mean like, there's a point in a wheelie where if you give it, where you're in this right spot, down here is where you're normally at. When you pop it up, you come up to about right here. And that ain't your balance point. Then you want to give it a little more throttle to find your balance point. Your balance point usually is somewhere from like right here to right here. It won't be no further back, but if you're like this, you'll probably be on your butt. So then you want to find that sweet spot between right there and there, which probably around 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, like the end. Well, not 12 o'clock, 11 and 10. It's around there. So once you start getting used to popping that clutch, that's when you can found that balance point. What I mean by balance point, I was just telling you, sweet spots where you won't, where it wants to stay up on its own, and you ain't forcing it like giving a bunch of throttle. Where you just tap on that throttle and it keeps you up. But if you're not in that sweet spot, you will, I'll show you. You'll hear that motor rev out as it's trying to reach out and, well, not really reach out, but it is trying to get more power for it to keep it up. You don't want to do that. It's called chasing a wheelie. It will get you hurt, because if you're chasing a wheelie and you land and your bars are not straight, they're like this, or like this, or like this, they will start wiggle wobbling, you will get a death wobble, and you get seriously hurt. So, it's best if you keep them bars as straight as possible when you're in a wheelie. So just basically just practice finding that balance point. And don't mind how our wheelies are a little weird, because this rear tire is slick, so it has to wind up a little bit for it to grab traction. And then my butt, I always set center. You always want to keep your butt dead center. And another rule, you don't want to be all up here on the tank because it's going to feel weird. Where you usually want to be is 1, 2, 3. 3 fists from your gas tank. This right here, how do you want to call it? A gas cap, 3 fists. 1, 2, 3. And that's where usually it's the best spot to wheelie, because if you're up here, you ain't going to feel like you're doing anything. But if you're too far back, you will go. It will be too easy to pop up and you can get hurt. So really the best is to have 3 fists between you and the gas tank. And then once you, let's say you progress and you've been wheeling for about, let's say, a month or 2, and you want to learn to start changing gears. Well, really, when you want to change gears is when you're feeling that your bike is too high and it sounds like you need to switch gears, and you find a balance point and then you let off the throttle and shift the gear real quick. You don't use clutch at all when you're shifting gears in a wheelie. Apparently I'm not too good at finding neutral or finding second. What I mean by shifting is as where, yeah, you're shifting when you're in the wheelie so you can have enough power. But mind you, when you shift in that wheelie, you're going to have a whole bunch of new power. It's going to be a lot different than what you was, because before you shift, you're in the top of a gear, which it ain't too finicky, and then when you shift, you got a whole gear. It's a little finicky because it has a little more torque. So you really just want to be, when you doing it, you really want to be at not 12 o'clock, but your balance point. When you're in your balance point and you shift the gear, then you can just doing this to keep it up. That's basically how you ride wheelies. And then when it feels like you need to shift again, then shift again. And when I'm on the road, I usually like to do it in 4th gear, because then if I'm in 4th gear, I have a good range of 4th gear. I have a good range. And then when I switch to 5th, I have a whole completely different gear that's going to allow me to keep it up, because it's going to have that power I need after 4th. And it's just really just easier to do it like that. That's how I've learned to do it. And when I first started doing it, it took me about 5 months. 5 months to be able to really just find my balance point, because I was a little scaredy cat. I didn't like that feeling of going back. Until I got bored and I said, you know what, I'm gonna try it. So I was 3rd gear, and I just started practicing. Because then I figured if I yank up hard enough in 3rd, I'll have that whole gear. But yeah, but in reality, you want to be in 2nd when you're first starting out. And I was never no good at wheelies hardly. I used to be crap at them. I used to be only do like fast wheelies that come off the ground maybe about that much, because I'd be chasing it, and I've learned my lesson a couple times on that. So that's what changed me to not chase wheelies anymore, and just regularly just do wheelies. and try to go far back. And once you learn to go far back, it'd be a lot better than what it is chasing it, because you can go farther distances and not use as much throttle. Usually not allowed on the road, but I'm gonna do it. Show you guys what I mean by when you define the balance point before you switch. There's third, fourth, now it's straight switch with this, so I just got cruising at fourth. And it got to a point to where I could just sit there. Just sit there in fifth gear and just have it half crash steady throttle. And that's what you really want to do when you're in a wheelie, because it's kind of like the best, because you feel more stable and it's really easy to keep it up when you're in that kind of gear. So yeah, I guess that's how the wheelie. I taught you guys how to wheelie. Now maybe you can go do some wheelies. Start getting ballsy with it, leaning back, scraping, doing other cool little tricks and cool stuff like that, I guess. Showing off to your friends, doing all kinds of other stuff for them. But before you want to start dropping back and doing like stuff like that, just get used to riding them distances and find that balance point. That balance point is the only thing that really matters when you're in a wheelie. That keeps you nice and steady, don't want you to go too far back, but keeps you nice and steady. You can keep the throttle just not even open all the way. Me myself, I'm too scared to drop it far back and do a straight. I ain't done no practicing or nothing like that, so I'm kind of weary. I guess that's what it was. Or I'm just too scared to do it. But yeah, I coasted in a wheelie one time. But I didn't really mean to. I was just wheeling with my buddies, sitting there just doing some nice little wheelies, and I was just seeing how far I could go back. And I was just sitting there. I found a really good spot to where it was between past my balance point and to the point where I go back, and I just coasted it. I didn't have to give it no throttle. I just stayed in my I forgot the damn name of it. We won't call that word. I forgot the word. Balance point, yeah. But I don't know. But anyways, when you start doing wheelies, you'll be looking cool. I don't look cool doing them because sometimes I can do good, sometimes I ain't got a damn lick it. So you guys go on, go show your friends how you can wheelie. They'll be cool, I guess, if that's what you want to call it. But don't ever, if you're showing off or anything, don't ever show off in a wheelie, because you can get really hurt. Best thing to do is just stay in your comfort zone. But if you want to start going back further, work your way up in little increments at a time. Don't just all of a sudden decide to go, well, I'm going to drop it back, and go try to drop it back. Just you want to learn it. You want to teach yourself it. Instead of just going into a full. Because if you go into a full, then you're going to eat shit. You're going to eat crap. And eating crap kind of sucks ass. Because it hurts sometimes. Especially on pavement. You get road rash. Road rash ain't good. works. So I guess that's all for this video. I taught you guys how to wheelie. If you want more cool stuff like this video, make sure you like and subscribe. And if you want, tell me if I did something wrong, if you already know how to wheelie. Put it in the comments. Maybe people that don't know how to wheelie can go in the comments and read a couple more pointers from guys that do know how to wheelie, that is really good at it. I learned all this stuff off just YouTube, just watching how-to videos on how to wheelie on videos and stuff. And I will see you guys next time I make a video, which I'll probably make another video in a week. I'm gonna try to post once a week from now on, because I'm tired of having 89 subscribers and barely any views. I gotta get that number cranked up. Gotta get that number cranked up. Can't have it being so low, you know? This looks weird. Because, well, I want to start making money off this. If I start making money off this, I don't know what I might do. If I start making a bunch of money off this YouTube channel, then I'm not doing no work. I'm doing this strictly. Because why would I go do work when I could just make YouTube videos and get paid a bunch of money? Or I can work and get paid a bunch of money. It all depends. I'll find out in the future where this channel goes and what I do with my life. And I will see you guys next time. Goodbye.